Welcome to Big Country Tractors or Bargain Bikes. Today it's going to be a different video. We picked up this Franklin end table with two drawers. Looks kind of complicated. There was a lot of pieces here, and as you can see, lots of screws, lots of things to put together. I just looked at it just really quickly after I unpacked it, and I was like, you know what? This is all drawer stuff right here. So if a guy could just put this together really quick, the main unit would go together pretty quickly after this. So I separated all the main unit stuff, and then this is like the drawer stuff. So I was thinking to myself, you know, it'd be kind of cool to just knock out the drawer stuff real quick. Just give me 1 second here. They packed this stuff, this hardware in so good that a guy can't even operate. Let's try to get some of this hardware out. For this, let's go to the page here. Make it really quick. That's the main unit there. Here we go. So knock out the drawers here. It's saying we need number 5s and number 6s. Number 5s and number 6s. So we go here, grab our little white pieces, and just cut them out. They'll probably stick in this little, there we go. So there's the white pieces there. A bunch of little tiny ones. And then 5s are just the screws. Just like your basic drywall screw, it looks like. So we'll take these out. And there's like, looks like 20 of them. We'll just throw them right there. I figured, you know, let's build the drawers first, and then, you know, go from there. Try to make this the easiest and simplest build. Try not to overcomplicate it. Some people want to do that. And the instructions are in English, so it'll be really quick. Sometimes we get instructions that aren't so nice. But it's saying take your G piece right here, which is the face unit. I use the face of the drawer. And what I would do is I would put it upside down here, and then you have like what they put a groove in at the very top here, and I would put all the pieces with the grooves going in line with each other. So if you see this piece right here, common sense would say, you know, it would probably go right here, so the grooves continue right on. I want to pay attention to these stickers being upside down. So we need G, and then it's saying H. H right here, let's see. Here's an H right here. But it's saying on this H piece, they want the wheel left-hand side. They want the wheel at the very top there. And they're telling us to throw these white pieces in here. So we'll take 2 white. That's what the screws screw into. So you kind of want to take the white piece here, and it has a hole in it, and you kind of want to just put it in these holes with the holes facing the holes. And you don't have to put them too deep. You just put them flush with the top and flush with the top. And then 2 of these screws here. And then kind of start them on the back side here. And I turn my drill down a little bit. Sometimes they say if you got a screwdriver, that's cool, but we'll just kind of, as you can see, it's nice and tight. We'll just hit it one more time. There we go. So there we go, and as you can see, the grooves are in line. So the other one's telling us, hey, maybe a good idea to follow this groove here and have our wheel at the very tip top like this side. So there we go. We'll throw 2 white ones in there, 2 little white pegs. Holes with the holes, flush with the top of the drawer. Right there. And right here. And we'll take 2 screws. And we'll remember, put the grooves with the grooves. Kind of start them out right there. I always try to start it out by hand a little bit. There we go. There's that. Pretty sturdy. So then I'll take this piece right here, which is J, and the grooves are like the bottom of the drawer, so you kind of want to the color side up. Just kind of slide it in. There it is. So you can kind of see we're build our first drawer track is at the bottom. That looks good. Now we just need to put the back side, which is K. So that's got 4. So let's put our little white ones in real quick. Here's our K right here. 4 of these white pegs. And as you can see, our hardware is kind of diminishing, which is a plus. There's 2, 3, and 4. Holes to holes. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everything's flush, holes to holes, and then we'll put it with the grooves. Kind of fit it in there. Nice. Oh, that's nice. Everything just kind of went the way it's supposed to. 4 screws, 2 on each side. Pre-start them here. A little pre-start. There we go. So these 2 in. Everything is just so even and lined up. This came out really sweet. That's perfect. Now all we're missing on this one is the little hardware right here. It's number 7. You have your 2 screws and our little knobs. And in this particular kit, the knobs were kind of loose. So we'll take one of these knobs, kind of push it through with the drill. That's nice and tight. And there's our first drawer. Knock these 2 drawers out real quick. There's 1. And then we have enough pieces here. This goes with the main unit here, but these pieces here, the rest of the drawers, and it knocks out a lot of our hardware here, so that's a plus. I mean, they gave us extra hardware, so you can kind of bend this down, get it out of the way, and then you have main unit, main unit, main unit, and then one screw is left for the face of this to hold this handle on. Just kind of broke it down, just simplify it. Here's a G, just like last time, and we have that the groove here facing us here. Let's throw 4 white ones in. Screw hole to screw hole. Flush. Had a little plastic on it, so it made it a little difficult on that one. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. So now we're on to finding H and I. Here's our H with our groove. We'll flip this because I want the groove to face the top here. Make it a little easier. And H goes on the left side with the wheel, top left-hand corner. And then we'll take 2 screws here. Kind of start them out right here. See, the groove goes all the way down. Same thing. Now we just need I. Wheel, top right hand corner. We already have our 2 little white pegs in. Hole to hole flush. Kind of pre-start these. Yeah, groove all the way around that matches. We know that's the bottom of the drawer because the track is at the bottom. So we'll grab color side up. Fits in the grooves real nice. Anyway, I had to go grab my glasses because I couldn't see that great. Sometimes the lighting and everything. But anyway, I left you off with putting this J piece. Slide it all the way down until you have, like a 1/4 inch worth of space there. And then what we would want to do is we have 4 of these little white inserts left. And we want to put all 4 in this K piece. Color up. Screw hole to screw hole, flush with the top of this K piece. There's 2. 3. And 4. All right. Then we want to follow the groove here. Groove. There it is. Just kind of push down. And then we're going to need 4 screws. 2, 3, 4. kind of line them up. And then the back one kind of followed. Kind of scooch it over a little bit. Everything just kind of fell right in line with everything, like nothing gave us any problems. That's what I call a success right there. Just follow instructions. And I probably didn't do this build the way they wanted to. They probably wanted you to build the main unit first, but I just wanted to get rid of some hardware and kind of get rid of all these pieces that were on this table here to make it easier to build the main unit. Give myself some more space. Okay, so there's one drawer. And you can take all the stickers off when you get time if you want. But it's a pretty solid drawer. And then this is our second drawer. Right there. So we got two drawers that are in perfect condition. So we just will lay these off to the side. We don't really need them right now. And what I would do is these 4 screws that are left over, I was looking in the book here and they go to the bottom of the main unit. So they're not extra parts or anything. They belong with us. So what I would do, I know you're going to need these 3 things here. So cut your screws out. Those, you're going to need those bad. Everything really. That's number 4. I think not 4. Number 1 and number 2. 4 is the Allen wrench they give you, which I don't think I would even use for anything. Just use a Phillips on the drill. There's the little clamps. Leave those in there. And then the last thing is the wood dials. Which help hold this thing together to some degree. So now we just have extra pieces and then that Allen wrench. So I don't think we need that right now. So what I would do is I would kind of click back to page, if you're following along here, you go to page 6 and 7, and I'd find E. Actually, both units look like they're going to get about the same work over here, so you have different holes, but what I can tell you already is the fat holes here are going to get the dials. Yeah, fat holes. There's one there, which is the second hole down, and the third hole down, you're going to get dials. So second and third on the E facing up, and then the second hole over here is going to get a dial, and the third hole is going to get a dial, and that's half your hardware for the wooden dials. And then those clamp things are probably going to clamp to these things. So you're based on what this instruction booklet's saying. It's saying, hey, throw one up here, one down here. So hole 1 and hole 4, you're going to get some screw and dial, the screw and dial things, whatever they call those. Oh, geez, we're out of battery juice here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, And there's 4. All right, so there's 4 there. And then they're saying, hey, B, which is right here, and they want they want the metal facing down. So as much of the B wood up as possible, and it'll fit right just like that. So you're flush at the top, your hardware, your drawers, the tracks are more towards the bottom, and then your finish, your little bubble finish is at the bottom here. And then they're gonna want me to put in the clamps, which I'll do real quick. Just 2 of them, just to hold that in. So I'll grab 2 circle clamps, and you just kind of put them, circle them until they kind of just go in on their own. And then what you do is you take a screwdriver or your drill and give them just a half turn, a little half turn there. So we'll take this one here, this right one, and the same thing, you got your bubble here, and it's going to meet the bubble at the bottom, and then your track is going to line up. Same deal, it's going to fall right in line with your wooden dial and your metal. There it is. And then what you're going to do is put 2 more of your clamps in these bigger holes, and then your metal dial is kind of hanging in there. Then you give it a half turn, just to lock everything down. There it is. We locked it down real nice. So there's your E, your C, and your B. So your B, C, and then E's on the bottom, and your track is facing towards the bottom here. So we'll move this out of the way just for a second, because common sense is kind of saying that this piece here, which is F, is going to get the same kind of workover that we had before with the wooden dial, because it's going to fit right over top. But before you get ahead of yourself, we have a bottom shelf to install as well. So here's 4 dials. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's 4 dials. And then grab your 4 metal ones. Kind of screw them in. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is our finished piece here. And then I'm just going to lay that off to the side just for now, because I have to put in, if you go to this next page, from what I was seeing earlier, your D piece is your bottom shelf. And then remember before we had those 4 extra screws. So we want kind of put this in right here. The D facing the bottom, the shiny side up. And then we want to grab 2 of those extra screws we had. There's 1, 2. And we kind of want to get as much bite on that as possible. There's 1, There's 2. So that's in there real good. And now it's saying to throw, let's throw F. Let's throw F on top. We had our dials kind of fit the metal in first, and then follow it on the left side here. And then you got your metal track that's gonna kind of want to goober things up a little bit. And then your bottom here, kind of smack that together. And then kind of your, fit these, there we go. That metal track fits really nice and flush. There it is. Kind of give it a nice little hit there. There we go. Because that metal track is pushing up against there. And so what we want to do now, since we can see it, is the 2 top holes we want to lock down, same as before. Put in there until they fit flush with the wood, and then give them a half turn to the right. There you go. And then same concept. Give the other side 2. 1, 2. There's 2. So that's there. And then let's not forget our 2 screws that go on the bottom shelf that we had left over. So we kind of make sure that's pulled down as much as possible. And then we have 2 screws here, 1 for each side. There's 1. There's 2. Just be as careful as possible. So now we have pretty much a built unit. If you look at what we have here, we have everything except the top. And I believe we're out of hardware except 4 of those clamps and 4 of the dials. And guess where that goes? Our last pieces here, other than what the extra is. So we'll grab the top lid here, and lo and behold, it's saying that there's 1 here and 1 there. Hey, this wasn't a bad build at all. 1 there and 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know where that's going to go. That's going to go right on the top there, and then we're going to slide 1, 2. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. And then the 2 back, same as before, flush. There we go. And then give them that half turn. Okay. So there's those 2. then in the middle of this unit, right above the B there in the middle, here's the third. And then at the top would be the last one. And there's your unit. Nice and sturdy. And now we'll put the drawers in it. And then we'll show it. If you can't see the whole unit yet, I'll readjust the camera here in a second. There's kind of put the drawers on the track there. There we go. And we have no extra pieces other than what they said extra part. We have those, but other than that, everything went together as planned. And what you saw put together here, sorry about that, but we got the Franklin end table with 2 drawers, 506219 6P COM. Here's the finished unit. It's a beautiful end table. Has a nice stopper. And there it is, bottom shelf's on. Everything's there. It's a beautiful unit. And you just watched how to put it together. Thanks for watching. This has been Big Country Tractors and Bargain Bikes putting this together for you today. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. If you like what you're watching, please subscribe.